What's up, everybody? It's Ryan, and it's Friday, so let's talk PlayStation. Another interesting news week for the world of PlayStation, so let's just dive right in. Vita Firmware 1.80 is now out. It's live. You can download it right now, and it comes with a whole bunch of new cool features. You can now control the live area or the home screen on the PS Vita with the D-pad and the X buttons and all that. So, if any of you guys that have been wanting that feature for a while, now you can do it. Now you don't have to use your, you don't have to use the touch for the front screen. And also, it has improved web browser capabilities. You can use the back touch for the web browser now. You can zoom in or scroll, do whatever you want. And big one, PS1 is now officially supported on the PlayStation Vita, but only a few titles. Earlier in the week, they announced that there were only 9 titles, and then actually yesterday they announced 26 more PS1 games that are now supported. When they say officially supported, that means you can download them directly on your PS Vita, like from the PlayStation Store on your Vita. But actually, if you remember my PS Vita tips and tricks video, I showed you a little workaround on how to get certain PSP games and certain PS Minis on your PS Vita, even though they weren't technically supported. That same trick works with PS1 games, so even if the PS1 game that you want to play on your PS Vita isn't in that list, try that method and see if it works. There's still some games that aren't even supported with that workaround, but again, just wait, give it time. Sony's going to update all of them. They're going to all be out soon eventually. And one secret feature found in firmware 1.80 is you can now control PSP games with touchscreen controls. You can actually button map a few buttons to some screen gestures on the PS Vita, so you can use touch controls for certain PSP games. I actually made a tutorial on how to do it right here. Click that to check it out. Now on to PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Earlier this week, they announced that Raiden is now a confirmed character for PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. Raiden was actually in the list of rumored characters a couple weeks ago on Let's Talk PlayStation, but now he's confirmed. And then even later in the news week, all those other rumored characters that we were talking about, they're also not confirmed. Noriko, Sir Daniel, and Evil Cole from Infamous. They're all confirmed characters for PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. So that rumored list that was on NeoGAF a couple weeks ago, all those characters appear to be true, as I thought they were. You know, if things leak out about Sony, they're usually true. So the internet's been pretty much in a blaze ever since they found out about this. Sony Pictures Entertainment registered a bunch of domain names for a Console Wars movie. They registered a whole crap load of domain names that are, refer to the console wars. It says console war movie, consolewarmovie.net, theconsolewarmovie.com, all these domain names. But what's interesting about it is the domains are all registered by Sony Pictures Entertainment, not to be confused with Sony Computer Entertainment, which means since Sony Pictures has registered the domains and not Sony Computer Entertainment, that means like this could be a movie. Not more so instead of like a video game or even a run of video game commercial advertisements. This is Sony Pictures Entertainment. This is their domain names. Sony Pictures Entertainment is Sony's movie division. So it's just real interesting. Who knows what they're gonna do with the domains? Like, is there actually a Console Wars movie coming out? Like what? I don't know. And another interesting thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was a patent that Sony recently filed for interactive advertisements, or making advertisements mini games with your PlayStation devices. The patent shows that you can use PlayStation devices to interact with commercials. It's an interesting concept, but what's more interesting is the picture that goes along with the patents. One of the patents, or one of the pictures, shows that you can use the microphone, like the PlayStation Eye, to interact with the commercials a little bit. And the picture shows this little dude, like, just, I don't know, sitting in his chair watching two guys talk or fight or whatever. Maybe it's Mortal Kombat, I don't know. And like a picture of a burger comes up, and then it says, "Say McDonald's" to end the commercial. And then the dude just gets up out of his chair. He's like all happy, like, "McDonald's, yeah!" And then it just goes back to the two guys on the TV. What the hell? Shit, I wish it was that easy to make commercials end. And the last thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was Metal Gear Solid's 25th anniversary, the event they had down in Japan. They announced Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes. Well, they didn't necessarily announce it, but more so there was a private viewing for all the attendees at the show. All the attendees at the show got to see a private viewing of the game, I guess, and they got to see gameplay and a little teaser basically. And then all those people that saw it took to Twitter, and basically they're saying the game looks incredible. But like for you and me that are just sitting here reading this stuff on the internet, we don't know nothing about the game, what platforms it's for, or anything like that. The whole point of it was that, it was to announce a new game, and it's also running the new Fox engine. But it looks awesome. I mean, people love Metal Gear, and the game apparently looks really, really damn good and really incredible. So, I mean, there's nothing we can really talk about. Like, it was for private attendance only. They only got to see it. There's no footage online other than like this one picture. but we're going to keep our eyes on this one, guys. Those are some of the news stories I want to talk about this week, guys. I'm Ryan Badecki. Thanks for talking with me, and see you next Friday.